One would think I'm actively trying to not be consistent with this podcast, but I'd like everybody to know that is not the case. There's just too much happening. Before I even get into that, I would like to say welcome back to the Stop It Lama podcast. It is me, Lama, who's hosting this for you guys. As I was saying, there's just a lot going on. Firstly, 21 years old right now, getting a license. I mention age because I do think there's an age where it feels a bit stupid to be getting a license. And surprisingly, that came so soon for me. It was 21. And then another thing that's been going on is there's so many farewells going on with my friends. So I'm constantly like on the verge of tears. So I can't even record an episode because I'm just like, there's this somberness in the air. And I will make a podcast about farewells probably when I start uni, or maybe when most of my friends have left for uni, because I was actually just crying with my friend about it. But today I want to talk to you guys about AI and AI replacing us in friendships. I didn't want to talk about AI in a way that it's talked about all the time online, is in people talk about AI and it causing pollution, AI making people dumber to think, AI and replacing people in jobs. No, I actually wanted this one to be very personal because I have beef with AI. I have beef with ChatGPT. I think I'm going to refer to AI as ChatGPT this entire time. I have beef with ChatGPT because I low key, not even low key, high key. What's the difference? But you're not high key because it wasn't even a secret. It didn't come out of no. Yes, high key got replaced by AI in one of my friendships. Okay, replaced is a bit of an exaggeration, but also you'll hear the story and you'll realize it's not really an exaggeration. So here's the case. I have this friend. I'm very close with my friend. We have an issue, we turn to each other, we laugh about our issues together, and we're having Long Islands, and this is in early February, because we didn't speak for the most of January because there was just a lot going on with our school results coming out, so nobody wanted to talk about anything. And then we started catching up again in February, and I'm talking to my friend, and my friend casually, just very casually, guys, goes, I told ChatGPT this, and it didn't judge me, it gave me this, that, and the third, it gave me advice. And I remember thinking, what are we talking about? Mind you, I didn't just think this, I said it out loud, like, what are we talking about? What do you mean ChatGPT? And my friend is going on like, no, you can tell ChatGPT your problems and this, it won't judge you. And I'm just thinking, so I've been replaced in this moment. Like, you're saying this to my face, like, so casually for me to just accept and be like, yeah, it's normal. I've been replaced by ChatGPT. My friend isn't saying this, but like, this is all I'm hearing. I've been replaced by ChatGPT. And, I think there's actually just no way for me to take it personal. I'm still taking it personal to this day. Like, I've really, in English, I've taken it to heart. I've tried to process it, but like to this day, I know it's still something I think, what the hell is going on? I was replaced by ChatGPT. So I remember in that moment, I think I only felt replaced because my friend told me what they told ChatGPT, and I just thought, oh, but then if that happened to me, you're the first person I'd run to. I mean, low-key, yes, that would actually never happen to me because the situation was very silly. But then I did think, if I was in the situation you're in, you're the first person I'd run to. And my friend goes, no, I only told ChatGPT because ChatGPT wouldn't judge me. And I think, yes, I would judge you, but even if you judged me for being in the same situation, I would run to you. You're the first person. So I just felt replaced in that moment. And it took me months, actually. Maybe, let me not lie. My friend told me this in early February, and I think I only got over it 2 weeks ago when I thought, okay, let me remove myself from the situation. Maybe I'm just not as much of a safe space as I thought I actually was for my friend. And maybe it's not that I'm not a safe space. Maybe it was also my friend, like the situation is a bit embarrassing, but also maybe my friend needed to get a different perspective. Was AI the right platform? Was ChatGPT the right platform? That's not for me to say, but also I don't think so. But yes, maybe I'm emphasizing my importance too much in their life. And how do I word this? Yes, maybe I'm also just not equipped enough. So maybe it's always appropriate for them to turn to ChatGPT. But also, you know what? This is like a maybe sort of thing. I just think the main takeaway that I wanted from that first part to be I have beef with ChatGPT because ChatGPT replaced me in my friendship. So then now I kept thinking, now, like, other than in that specific instance with my friend, what is my beef with people who use ChatGPT? Because I made a post on TikTok saying propaganda I'm never going to fall for is people who use ChatGPT as a therapist or ChatGPT, stuttering, cha. People who use ChatGPT as a friend or people who use ChatGPT as a therapist. And to my surprise, there's a lot of you actually. There's an army of people who are using ChatGPT as your friend, as your boyfriend, as your therapist. And I just want everyone to know, no, like I'm not gonna think that's normal. If I don't care how many, I could be the only person on earth left who's not doing that. It's not normal. But also at the same time, I'm not judging you. Actually, that's a big lie. I am judging you. But then I remember just thinking, this is so crazy that we've only known ChatGPT, like properly known ChatGPT, other than like using it for Google stuff, for like about a year at this point. How has this happened so quickly that now ChatGPT is replacing actual people? We're not talking about it replacing workers. No, it's replacing like friends already. And it's sad at the end of the day, you know, it's really sad at the end of the day because there were some people who brought up things like, they can't afford a therapist. You know, people who said that, I started feeling bad because I was really going in hard on people and I thought, damn, they can't afford a therapist. But then also I thought, for people who do need a therapist, they actually are resources. And I don't want this podcast to ever be like motivational or like a place people think they can come to for wisdom. But like, let me tell you, if you want therapy, you can find it around. You can find it at school. I know if you go to UB as well, there's like mental health resources. There's another, my point is, if you're anywhere my age and you're in like a school, there is somewhere you can go. Please stop turning to ChatGPT. And I'll get to exactly why a bit later. And then there were people who were also in the comment section saying they don't have friends. You don't have friends because you're using ChatGPT as your friend. Also, if there's this many of you in my comment section saying you don't have friends, why don't you find a friend in the comment section? Like, this is getting dumb. And I didn't want to laugh, but also at the same time, I couldn't do anything but laugh and just put my hands up and say, you know what, we're just gone. It's a case that I have to just put up my hands and say, God, take the wheel, because what do you mean? Okay, if you don't have friends and you're talking to ChatGPT, how about you go into ChatGPT and say, hi ChatGPT, yo, GBT, LGBTQ. Hi ChatGPT, can you give me tips how to make friends? Instead of you saying ChatGPT is your friend. ChatGPT is not your friend, guys. I think, let's get this out of the way. ChatGPT is not your friend. And I think people also just are not realizing that ChatGPT is not your friend. And I will say this for you to realize ChatGPT is not your friend. ChatGPT only talks to you when you open the app. ChatGPT has never had a day when it agreed to be your friend. Like your name didn't choose you and it didn't. ChatGPT didn't download you, is what I'm trying to say. ChatGPT has been forced to be your friend from the day you downloaded the app. So it basically had no consent into being in this friendship or relationship or whatever you want to call it. It had no consent. You are the one who downloaded it and chose it to be your best friend. Also, it only reaches out to you when you reach out to it. It's not there all the time for you because it's not your friend for real. It's not a thing. And it's sad at the end of the day. I'm laughing, but like it actually is sad because I also think of these people who it's really people who are my age right now. This is why I think the big problem in my head, like I can't believe that people my age are saying they don't have friends. Let's take your drift to another conversation, like very quickly, like very, very quickly. And this is not me bragging, but also it sort of is me bragging. I was with my friends this past weekend, and my friends and I, we've been having this little joke about, oh, don't be sentimental. Let's not get sentimental because my friend and I, one of my other friends in the friend group, and I, we like crying about stuff all the time. So after this weekend, when I was with my friends, I was like crying, like, damn, like you guys are actually such a great group of people. Like, I don't know where I could have met a bunch of people like you. And as we're about to go to school, like, I'm sad that this moment we're having right now is not gonna last forever. And I cried on that day, and my friends were like, oh, you're being so silly. Stop, stop, stop. But then even days after now, like even today, my friend sent a voice note being like, yeah, that's so crazy. You know, like this friendship, this bond we've built, it's like no other. That was my humble brag about friendship. So when I look at myself in situations like this with my friend, I think, okay, so now if I have this, it's a bit crazy that someone out there is saying they don't have friends. And even though I'm saying I already have this with my friends, I make friends okay. Okay, maybe it's because I make friends very easily. But also, I think just in general, there's enough people in the world, there's enough people just in this city who are looking for friends that it can be a bit hard to make friends, but it's not that difficult to make friends. So now let's Tokyo drift to back to the original conversation we're having. I was saying, with all these people who are having ChatGPT as their friend right now, think about it like this. For the next 4 years, next 2 years, you're going to have ChatGPT as your bestie. Who's going to show up to your graduation as your friend? I'm talking about people who are saying ChatGPT is their main best friend. Who's who's going to be giving speeches at you guys' bridal showers? Who's going to throw your parties for you, your surprise parties for you? ChatGPT can't show up for Yeesh. ChatGPT cannot show up for you in the way actual people can. As I said before, ChatGPT is only present when you open the app. And it's sad at the end of the day for us to delegate. Yes, to delegate the responsibility of friendship onto ChatGPT. And we're now saying it's normal. It's not normal. I think my thing is it's just not normal for us to be replacing relationships or friendships with AI. And another thing is ChatGPT is just making us lazy, I guess. Lazy to think. And I said I wasn't going to talk about this, but I'm also not talking about it like, oh, we're becoming a dumber species because ChatGPT does all the thinking for us. You know, there's some things that you only think about them deeper when you talk to people about it in real life. When you disagree about things with people in real life about I having friends is so nice because especially when you get to the point where you have deep relationships with your friend and you understand how each other think, so you even feel free to say something and be wrong because your friends can give you the benefit of doubt and say, no, I know why you could think like this. I know you don't have bad intentions when you think, but maybe you're thinking wrong like this. ChatGPT doesn't provide that, that space for you to say, okay, let's think this through, Chomi. So it just tells you facts and says here, 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 here. It doesn't say you might think like this because I know you do this, I know you do that, I know you're raised like this. No, ChatGPT just says, here's the facts. I'm giving you the facts, which I mean is good, but sometimes it's better to learn things through empathizing with people. ChatGPT is just making you also lose out on having empathy for people. Or not having empathy for people. It's just making you not able to have conversations with people and relate to people in real life. I need you guys to understand we exist with you guys in real life. Learn to exist with people in real life because you're learning how to have conversations with the robot. It's cool. You're not learning how to have conversations with the robot. The robot is learning how to have conversations with you so it can learn from you. But then we have to exist with you guys in real life. So we have to interact with you. but you're not training yourself to exist properly with us outside. And that's where there's a problem with that. Um, I didn't think it was much of an issue, like this whole thing. I didn't think it was much of an issue until it was early this year as well, where I had to respond to an email. Mind you, this is a very simple email. It's not anything complicated. And I'd been using ChatGPT to write emails for me since mid last year. And on this specific day, my ChatGPT Black Bundle sort of thing had finished. So my ChatGPT was taking long, and even the responses it was giving me, they were just very bad. So I had to sit down and write an email by myself. This email is like 4 sentences. I am struggling. And I remember thinking, oh my God, this thing like has actually made me dumb right now. And that was the last time I used ChatGPT. I got a response back. I forced myself to respond back without ChatGPT. From that day, I haven't used ChatGPT for anything except looking at train routes, like how trains connect. Very random, but that's all I love using ChatGPT for right now. So I also started thinking of my other friend. My friend uses ChatGPT to actually respond to people's messages, and I just think the day, let's say God decides I'm going to reveal myself. And the first thing I'm revealing myself to doing is switching off ChatGPT. God, please be listening to me. Take that app away. Take that website down. And Elon Musk too. But let's say God does that. How is my friend who is basically trained themselves to respond through ChatGPT, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Because they've all communication they can do, all the communication they do, it's now through ChatGPT. It's just we're in a very awkward time. And I remember seeing an Instagram post. The Instagram post said something. It was like they're trying to raise up someone by saying, I told my ChatGPT bot about you. And I just thought, if someone told me this, I don't know if I'd feel pissed off or flattered. I'd feel flattered that you're thinking about me. Definitely. Please continue doing that. But also at the same time, I think, okay, you're just telling me there was no one. You couldn't bump into someone in a combi and say, I met the love of my life, lulama. You decided to tell ChatGPT. ChatGPT, mind you, who doesn't know me? ChatGPT is not a real person. You see, as I'm going on with this conversation, or the more and more we talk about ChatGPT, we start to personify this thing, and we have to remember it's not a real thing. Honemo, zeros and ones, net, nenyani, that's what it is. So you're telling ChatGPT about me, and I'm supposed to feel flattered. Why? And do you think it's normal now? Like, do you think it's normal that you're telling a robot, I'm thinking about this person? Do you think it's normal that you're telling a robot about feelings? And how do you expect it to respond in a way that makes sense? It's very somehow, and I'll say conversations I see or conversations I have with people about this, they tend to go nowhere because it seems like you're attacking people who use ChatGPT, but I'm saying no, I used to use ChatGPT the same way you do. I realized it's not normal. I want you to realize it's not normal, and I want us to realize as a community, like as a group of people, as the youth, because this is mainly a youth problem. I want us to all realize this is not normal before it gets out of hand. Because right now, ChatGPT, not ChatGPT now, but like AI as whatever it is, as a whole, or as a pandemic, as a demic of its own, it's just on everything. Like every single app that's starting right now and every single company that's starting up is like an AI startup, or it has something to do with AI. And now that AI is like coming everywhere on our faces, we just need to make up our minds, all of us together, like, okay, so we're not letting it affect our relationships. We're going to use AI for this and that and that. And, just to make up our minds properly about this AI demic. And I did say we'll talk about like, I did say we'll talk about the dangers of AI at the end, but honestly, we all know them already about replacing jobs, you're training bots to replace you yourself. I don't want to talk about anything we already all know about. We all know about that. I want to talk about AI in personal relationships. So this podcast episode, I actually know what I'm going to title it now. It's going to be called "Don't Replace Me with AI" because this is basically the plea that I'm having right now. Let's not replace each other with AI. Before I get too heated, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you for listening to this episode. I'm so sorry for the very long break I took, and I appreciate all your interactions. If you'd like me to talk about anything specific, please don't forget to comment that in the comment section. And don't forget to share with anyone who you'd like to listen to this. Thank you, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.